What up, guys? Joe Rangel, Old School Fitness, talking to you about alcohol. The last video I did was about insulin resistance, and now I'm going to talk to you about something else that gets a little bit sciencey, alcohol. So sorry, no super fun training topic today, but I did a video on this a long time ago when I was still training at Iron Hawaiian Fitness. And it wasn't the most high quality video, not that this is, but I feel like I could do it better. For some reason, it didn't make it to the YouTube channel. So here we go. Let's talk about it again. It's actually going to be pretty short. So you got your 3 macronutrients, right? You got your protein, you got your fat, and you got your carbs. And we know, because we all follow the plan that we use here, that you manipulate those in the right order to get the amount of calories that you need for the day, to make sure you're getting the right amount of nutrients into your body to do the things that you want to do, right? Protein builds muscle, carbs fuel the body for energy, fat is a great energy source as well. We need all 3. We don't get rid of any of them. So we know all this. Great. And we also know a couple other things. We know that there are ways to pair, mix, and match those nutrients together to maximize fat burning or maximize fat storage. Like, for instance, we know if you eat saturated fats with high glycemic carbs, that tends to push those fats into fat storage on your body, which is why pizza is not a great cheat meal, except that pizza is delicious. So, so we know that too. What we may not know is that there's a secret 4th macronutrient lurking out there in the darkness, waiting to ninja strike your progress. And that macronutrient is alcohol. It's not truly a macronutrient because it's not a nutrient. It doesn't actually provide any nutrients, but it acts like a macronutrient in your body. Here's the way it works, okay? It does 2 things to you. 1, it does 3 things. It also helps you make really poor decisions. But the first thing is, your body doesn't recognize alcohol as anything valuable because, and I'm not a teetotaler here, guys. I mean, I got an Irish mom and a Mexican dad. You know that I've had some booze in my life, okay? And frankly, that's something I've really had to try and cut back as I've become a competitor and try and eliminate, right? But I do like to say, if you're just a casual weight loss person and you're just trying to live your best life, if your diet doesn't allow you to have a glass of wine or a beer, every now and then you probably need a new diet, because that's not living your best life. Our social convention is that, you're going to have something every now and then. And if you're the kind of person who can't do every now and then maybe you ought to think about not doing it at all for a whole bunch of reasons. If you're a competitor, you're a model, you're somebody whose success in a particular venture determines on how much body fat you have and how good you look, then you probably want to cut it out completely. All right, let me explain why. Alcohol does 2 things. 1, your body recognizes it as a poison. It is a poison, all right? It affects every organ in your body badly. So your body recognizes it as a poison. And your body will stop burning anything, carbs, fat, protein, anything, and focus on the alcohol before it does anything else, which means it prioritizes alcohol as a macronutrient. So the minute you put it in your body goes to work trying to get rid of it. While it's going to work and committing all its resources to trying to get rid of it, it's not using anything else. So your post-workout carbs, your protein, whatever you put in, whatever you were trying to do with your macronutrients and your calories, it is not doing it anymore. It is now trying to get rid of the alcohol. Problem is, just about everything you put in your body, it burns to create calories to fuel your body's energy. Alcohol doesn't have any energy. So while it's burning the alcohol calories, it's not actually giving you any energy that it can do any metabolizing with, of fat. It stops everything. Okay? So, let's say you have a glass of whatever, of wine with dinner. Okay? And you put your dinner into your body, whatever you had a hamburger, you had a steak, you had salmon, whatever you ate with the alcohol. All that stuff you ate with dinner, it's not getting burned and used. It's sitting in there. And what happens when nutrients just sit and they don't get used? That's right, they get pushed to fat storage, right? So while alcohol is in your body, while those calories are in your body, anything that you ate is getting pushed into fat storage. Anything that you ate right before it is getting put into fat storage. Anything you ate right after is getting put into fat storage. Now, let's think about where people usually drink. Hooters, Buffalo Wild Wings, their local bar, right? And what are you eating there? Right? You're eating wings, you're eating rings, and the more you drink, the more you want to eat, right? We're watching the game, we're watching the fight, we're watching whatever, right? All this crap you're eating, which is already bad for you for fat storage, none of it is getting used properly. All of it's going to fat storage, okay? That's one of the problems with alcohol. Second problem with alcohol is it shuts off your body's fat burning ability. Now that may sound like the first thing I just said, but it actually turns off lipolysis. Which means until it's fully metabolized and out of your body, which can take 18 to 24 hours depending on the amount you drank, I'm going conservative here, you're not burning fat the way you should anyway, all right? So once you've put this poison in your body, you're not burning fat for an extended period of time the way you should be. So one, it shuts off your body's ability to burn anything while it's burning the calories, and then two, it blunts your fat burning until it's fully metabolized, okay? Three, alcohol is very calorically dense, right? We know that, and we know the way to gain fat is to consume too many calories. Alcohol is a great way to push yourself up over your BMR, right? Because a shot of Jack Daniels has 65 calories. I think a shot of tequila has 100 calories. It's something I was reading. I don't really know it that well, I promise. Right? So if you're in a 200 calorie deficit and you take 2 shots of tequila, guess what? You're not in a deficit anymore. Right? And if you eat to go with that, now everything's over your deficit. This is how, when I explained the caloric thing, how at the end of the week, everybody screws it up because that's when they like to drink. Then you add the fact that you have mixers and you have all this other stuff that goes into the alcohol, because pure liquor, like whiskey, gin, rum, they don't have any carbohydrates in them. It's all distilled off. And you might think, oh, great. The vodka, it's free. It's free. No, it's not. It's got calories in it. And if you're mixing it with anything, then those carbs, those sugars, those fats that you're mixing it with, those are receiving the non-burn that the rest of your food is. This is why beer is particularly, full-strength beer is so particularly heinous for fat burning, because it comes with fat, it comes with carbs, it comes with a ton of calories, and you can't do anything with them when you drink them because of the alcohol, so it all goes to fat storage. That being said, I love a good dark beer. So, but I've had to make choices because of my desire to be a competitor. So that being said, I'm not telling you not to ever have a drink, okay? That's a choice you got to make. But I do want you to make intelligent choices about what alcohol will or will not do. And by the way, just because it's light beer, or what is it, skinny bitch vodka I saw, it doesn't change the effect of the alcohol on your body, okay? It may have less calories, yay, but it's still not changing the effect of the alcohol on your body. Okay. All right, guys, enough preaching. I love you very much. I will talk to you soon.